Hey everybody, welcome to the Pink Riot Comic Show. It's your girl Keisha, aka Hot Havoc, and I am here with the amazingly talented co-host Bree. How are you, babe?
I'm doing fabulous, fabulous. We're like in the middle of crunch time for pre-Coachella planning. So like
Right, that's
preparing my
next week.
patients. We leave on Wednesday. And so I'm like preparing all my stuff with my patients and stuff. So while I'm gone, the person covering me doesn't have to do a lot. And then like getting all the stuff for camping and outfits and all the things. So I'm happy. I got my Coachella playlist in the zone playlist. I like to like go through the entire lineup
Hmm.
and put the top 5 songs from each artist on the lineup in a playlist. And then, like, the month leading up to the festival, I just rock with it on shuffle. And it is such a good time because it's like chaotic,
That's
good,
dope.
random genres and whatever.
Hmm.
And it's fun when you like come across artists that you already know because you're like, that's gonna be so fun. I'm gonna be keyed up for that. And then when you meet new people, you're like, ooh, I'm gonna have to add that to my schedule so that I make sure I check them out. So yeah, this is just pre Coachella excitement. That's it's a high that I'm riding.
Yeah. No, that's super dope. I didn't know. I wouldn't have even thought to like prep for a music festival like that. Just being like, make sure you knew everything that was going on. That's actually pretty dope.
Listen, I'm like, if I'm gonna spend the money, I'm gonna get every ounce of enjoyment out of it. And you
I
know, I
wish
love
I did
concerts.
that. I wish I did that for Afropunk. I went a few years, well, years
Mm,
ago, maybe like 2019. And the
see,
only people I was there for was Tank and the Bangers. And I dead
oh, I
ass just
love
like,
Tank. Wait, I've
yeah,
seen them live in New Orleans, and I know
fantastic
they eat every time. I'm
every
trying to
time.
think. 2019 was that. I'm trying to think who would I have known that was there that year. Afropunk is one of my bucket list festivals that I still haven't done. I for
Mm,
real want to do Afropunk Paris. So like,
yeah.
ugh, it just seems like the vibes are vibing. So it's definitely on my list of festivals to go to. That's so cool that you went. And Tank and the Bangers are
Yeah.
always amazing live. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
I know
pretty dope. There was this one lady that reminded me of Bob's Burgers oil spill, you know. like and I
period.
went, yeah, and I went in Brooklyn, Commodore Park, and like
Uh-huh.
I had a really good time. And
Yeah.
then it just got really loud, and so I left. But I think I should have maybe done that. I probably would have had like a better experience versus being like, all right, I've
Yeah.
seen my
It,
3 acts. I'm
there
leaving.
you go. Yeah. 3 is crazy, Keisha. Oh my gosh. No, I'm that annoying person that's like, all right, these are the people that I want to see. So that means we're gonna have to get to this stage by this time so we could be in the front, and then we're gonna leave that early so we could catch the second half of this person, and we're gonna have to run over here and do this because I'm like, no, we're not missing. We're going to miss as little people as possible. Cause yeah,
So,
you gotta maximize it. But this is about to be my eighth or ninth Coachella, so it's like we not new to this. We true to this.
that's up.
Peak.
So
But how
that.
are you, my love?
Loaded question. I am. It's not bad news, but it's just it kind of makes me sad a little bit. But like, as y'all can see, I'm not in the library anymore, and the library is it's changing right now. It's changing where it is. So I'm no longer in that space right now, but it's for a good reason. So just dealing with transitions and good transitions, struggling transitions, but just in a transitional space overall, Um yeah. That's really it without like feeling too sad or
That's
turning this into a
beautiful.
therapy session.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And I love that you keeping it real and sharing it with the crew. I I will say that one thing that I have always admired about you is your ability to like cruise through things even when they're difficult and find the lesson out of things. I don't think you realize how many times you've helped me do that. So,
Oh, I cruise through things? Nah.
not it's not a cruise, I would say, cuz I know that like there's a lot of things that go into it, like, behind the scenes and the thought processes and all of that or whatever, but I guess the best way to say it is even when they're difficult, you handle things with grace.
Uh, yeah, because I know eventually things will turn around.
Yeah,
Like, I have my down times, everybody does, but I'm like, eventually things can't get worse than other things I've experienced. So, like, you know,
period. Come through,
but yeah.
Havoc. Well, what's up, y'all? Going crazy in the chat here. Hey, LT.
Hey, LT.
Hello, the real Django.
Hey, hey.
What up, Brayburn?
Bray, Bray.
Hey, Bama.
Oh my gosh, boobies. Every single time.
LT says, I'm like you, Havoc. When I see who I came to see, it's a wrap. And
Yes.
that's the thing. You can, if you go in blind, then the people that you came to see, that list is going to be limited to, whatever your music experience have been thus far. But a lot of people don't
Hmm.
use festivals for the exploratory experience that it can be. So, like, if I
You
would
know,
have just said, I'm only going to go see the people who I immediately recall off of the
mm,
lineup, I would have missed out on a lot of people who come to find out like I knew their songs, but I didn't know it was them. So,
mm. Yeah, nah, when I explore, it's more in the vendors section. I like finding like jewelry and like different knickknacks and stuff like that.
mhm.
That's really
See,
it.
I bet Afropunk is fire for that.
It
Coachella,
was.
not
It
so much. They
is.
have some vendor places, but Coachella is more music, experiential things that, the different companies have sponsored to put on, and the
Hmm.
food goes crazy. I'm just about to be eating nonsense the whole time. That comes there, like, is crazy. Okay, LT says, "Oh man, the blurred library is in flux. Please tell us the chickens are safe."
No, they're good. In fact, they're about to get sisters next month. So I'm gonna have like six more chickens in a few weeks. And I
All of the
have to
chickens.
also prep for that.
They got the
So
coop
yeah.
going up on a Tuesday. Period. But
So yeah.
okay, so y'all know what's going on with us, but we're just scratching the surface because we got an icon just waiting in the wings to come on stage right now. Like, it's kind of blowing my mind a
Yeah.
little bit. We are extremely grateful that she took the time to grace us with her presence. I mean, when you talk about like all of the awards, I've done all of the things, like, if somebody else was going to embody what Pink Riot tries to represent as a brand.
It is her. It is
Right,
her.
like so, oh my gosh. So yeah, without further ado, uh-oh,
Sorry.
you good?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, without further ado, we are going to bring in our special guest to the Pink Riot Lair, Regine Sawyer.
Hey
Yeah.
y'all. Hi.
How are you?
I'm here, y'all. I'm here, y'all. It's great to see your faces. I'll say that much. Brighten my
Yes.
Likewise.
day, okay?
Period.
So
Look at how you
excited.
looking. The fro
Right?
game is strong, okay?
Everything.
Listen, I had to pick it out for y'all. I was like, all right,
It
I gotta
looks
pick this out.
perfect. It looks like perfection. Skin is
Yes.
glowing. Yes, women make comics. See, all of the vibes. What did I just say? What did I
Yes, we
just
got a
say?
shimmy. I love it.
All right.
Period. How are you
Not
doing today, dear?
We here. We here.
Yeah,
We here. So that's what I'm gonna say about that.
hear that, right?
yeah. It bees like that sometimes. But the terrors persist, but so do we.
Mm.
That's right.
We
That's
out here
right.
holding each other down. Oh man, it's such an honor to have you here. The way that I was in a frenzy like the last maybe 30, 40 minutes hunting down the books that you have contributed to on my shelves, because y'all know my library is vast, but my organization ain't shit. So like, I was like, oh my God, why did I not do this yesterday? Like, oh gosh. But y'all see the catalog. Y'all
And
see
there's so many
this
more.
is just what I own in my little
Yeah.
library. Like,
Oh
come
man.
on. What are we talking about?
You are everywhere and
Yes.
you have done everything like I stand. Like
We stand
Listen, I
heavily.
truly.
stand y'all. You
Especially
know.
as a New Yorker from Queens. Go ahead. Just
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. The accents are gonna be flowing tonight. Okay, the
Yes.
Yes.
accents are gonna be
Cause
I
flowing.
love
mine
that
gets
for y'all.
stronger whenever I get near another New Yorker. So yeah, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear
This
it.
is actual facts, and we're gonna have you weigh in on what New York nice means before the
Absolutely.
night is over. But
Absolutely.
one thing that we always have to do with all of our guests here in the Pink Riot Lair is ask this one question: what is your comic book origin story? So, like, what got you into reading and enjoying comics, and then also what got you into creating comics?
Well, I come from a nerdy family, and I think actually my brother is in the chat.
Hey.
He can confirm some things. But it started with my father reading the Sunday Funnies to me when I was a little girl. I was about 4 years old, and he would take care of me during the day. He worked at night. He drove the E and the F trains on the subways. My mother worked in the
Yeah.
day, and so and so so Sundays was our one of our days to like just to read cartoons, and he would read everything to me. I wanted cover to cover. I just loved it. And he started me actually collecting comics. I started collecting Archie, Betty and Veronica, Jughead, at
Yeah.
the from the local bodegas, or the supermarket. Back then they had comics out, and then at a certain point, my brother introduced me to the X-Men, specifically through Nintendo. So we had Nintendo,
Mm.
and we got the first X-Men game, and it was the weirdest game ever. Like they had switched up Mystique and the White Queen. Like it was weird. It was weird, but that's where I discovered Storm,
Yeah.
and that changed
Mm.
my life. That changed my
Yes.
absolute life. Um, and so after discovering Storm, um, I just started writing my own little stories. Well, I was writing stories before then, but now I started drawing more. So I started drawing
Mm.
characters, and I still have my notebooks, my sketchbooks. I have like a stack of sketchbooks where I was just creating characters
Oh
for.
yes.
I want to, yeah, I want to say for maybe from 8 years old to about 12, I was just sketching. I was just
Wow.
sketching,
Nice.
and my family was pretty was pretty supportive of it, even though I know initially my mother found it as weird. Even though she was a painter, behind me are her paintings and stuff, so she loved
Period.
loved art. And she was also a storyteller herself. She would tell me stories at night and whatnot. So she helped to facilitate that this love
Mhm.
in me. And she supported me collecting comic book cards. That was my thing for a long time. And then I
Yeah.
started actively collecting like X-Men Classic, to be specific. That
Mhm.
was that was my jam for a long time. And then I got into X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, and then X-Men. Like, so I was just an X-Men fiend. So
Yes.
they were pretty supportive supportive of this new expensive habit. Like I had an X-Men subscription, the whole nine. And this is me
Oh
as
dang.
a little
What?
girl. The other day I asked my brother, I said, how in the world did they allow me to to do that? Because that was, money coming out of a black household. Like, specifically
Oh.
for comics. In another household would have been seen as frivolous, but they were like, all right, this is something that she likes. So the love just continued from that. And then I went to my first comic book convention at 14. My mother took me. It was like a year after my dad died, and I was 15, and my mother was like, okay, we're, you want to do stuff, we're gonna make sure that you do stuff. And I was like showing my comics and my little drawings to people, telling them what I want to do, the whole nine. Yeah, like she, my family was really, really supportive, even though they, like I said, some of them thought it was really weird. But but I was like, I'm not letting this go. This gives me life.
So that's what a supportive Black mother will be like. Look, if you're gonna do it right.
Right, be the best.
Even when I was younger than that, I was about 12, and my mother called Marvel Comics, and she spoke to John Romita Jr. And she asked him, she said, how can my daughter get into comics? Like, what's the process? She does have characters that she draws. Do y'all buy characters? She wants to know the whole nine. And he talked to her probably for a good 20 to 25 minutes on the phone.
That's dope.
Like, that was crazy. When I think about it now, like, wow, you could really touch people back then.
Okay.
Like, it was just, like, it's like, yeah, thinking back, like, wow, that's really weird. But I'm grateful.
Yeah, awesome.
So when I got to my later years in college, high school actually, I started sketching out the Rippers, and that's my first book that I eventually published 10 years later. But I created the Rippers specifically because some of the books that I was seeing was so violent towards women. Really violent.
Yes.
And I remember being 16, 17 in the library, and they had a graphic novel section. And I guess at that time they figured oh, this is some kiddie stuff. Like, it could be out in the open. Well, I opened the book and it just opened up my eyes and my nose, because it was just wall to wall women being assaulted. I was like, what is this? So the Rippers was actually born from a specific series. I'm not going to name it. There might be fans out there, but specific series.
I'm gonna ask afterwards.
Not and I just stayed on it. I wrote prose with it. I started writing stories from it, and also other little stories for college. Like, I was trying to get scholarships and stuff because we was broke as a stove. So I was using this creativity. To get me something, give me a little bit of money. So once I hit college, I didn't go to school for cartooning or comics. I went to school to be a chef. So that's where I got my degree. I'm a hospitality person. That was my major. That was my degree that I ended up getting. But I did take creative writing classes there. I also, while I was in college, I went to a writer's camp that was sponsored by the National Book Foundation. I went for 2 years in a row, and it was very intensive. And I used like memoir stuff, but I also used like my comic book stuff, because I wasn't letting it go. So once I hit becoming a manager, I became a manager straight out of college, a corporate food manager.
Period.
I said, I really can't let this go. Like, I love comics. Like, I was still collecting, I was still buying and all that. And I said, I can't let this go. And I actually, one thing I don't say too much, because I know I've done a lot of interviews and stuff, but one thing I don't say too much is one of the things that really made me say, let's get up and do this, is that I was having a really bad day. And I took myself to see Superman Returns.
Okay.
And it had been a long time since I had really buckled down and drew or wrote anything. And I'm watching Superman Returns. I just started crying in the theater.
Not you crying in the club.
Like, what? I was looking at Brandon Routh like, oh my God, he reminds me of one of my characters. What am I doing? What am I doing? So that set me on a trajectory to start working in comics. So maybe a couple of weeks later, I was in a comic book shop with one of my friends, Midtown Comics, here in New York City. And I was just chatting with one of my friends. I was like, girl, I said, I really want to do something with this. Maybe I should get a cartooning degree. Maybe I should head down to the School of Visual Arts. I'm not sure. And a gentleman overheard me, Rob Taylor, who has his own comic book company, Superhuman Works. And he said, well, let me see what you got. I would love to see, what you're interested in doing. So what ended up happening was, because of my background with writing, I became his managing editor for his company. And in the midst of that, I taught myself how to write comics because I was transcribing his handwritten scripts. They were handwritten in one subject and two subject notebooks.
Oh
Mm.
wow.
Yeah, and so I was transcribing them on top of reading every book I could get my hands on how to write comics, and then I was loading scripts, um, downloading scripts, seeing how they're written, seeing the various different styles, and
Mhm.
started playing with my own. So after being
Yeah.
at his company for about a year, that was 2006. So at the end of 2007, I said I can do this for myself. Everything I'm doing for him, I'm going to do for me.
Yes.
so
Yes.
that was managing editorial stuff. That was going to conventions, figuring out how to do get on panel, all that stuff, all that research I was
It's,
doing. I said we can do this for you. And so
it's,
about 2 years later is when I fully published my book because I was hand making books in my house. I was making
Wow.
I was
mm.
yeah, I was making
Listen,
Ashcans.
y'all hear
I
this
had
work ethic?
I
Good
love
sis
that
was
though.
immersing
Yeah.
herself in the craft so she
Yes.
would know what she was doing, and then she knows the grindstone because 2 years is a short turnaround time.
I mean, it was. I mean, it definitely was. But I was pushing it
Yeah.
because I'm like, I need to know all the things. I'm like, I need to know the ins and outs. And that's once I started doing like the ash cans and started stapling my own books together and all that stuff. Finding my artists and figuring out not just my writing style, but just just how to make life easier for artists. I was like, oh girl, you're writing too much. you know, I, I was lettering my own book. I was like, bitch, this is way too much. What are you doing? so I really did, I really did like some labor intensive stuff when it came to comics because I mean I
Yeah.
loved it so much, and then on top of it, it's like I'm a woman, I'm a Black woman. I wasn't thinking about any of that when I came into the industry. I'm just thinking I love comics, but I forgot I was cute. I
Ooh,
forgot I was cute. And that blinds people.
message.
That blinds these dudes out here. It blinds them. And so, you're realizing and you're not really being taken too seriously. And folks hearing that you edit, they're like, well, what do you edit? Like trying to figure out if you edit in penises or something. Like
Ah,
it's like really, it's like really, it's just like and in that and during that time period of growing my business, I did have a reputation. I still do of being like this, of being this no nonsense, hard ass, woman. Because
it's
because I
necessary sometimes.
like you've met me in person. I'm 5'3".
Yeah.
I'm 5'3". And so they're like, oh, he's this petite little person. I can just do whatever. And no, like I have the biggest mouth like forever. I'm an Aries, so it's like, especially when it comes to these dudes. So I became known for that, and so that kind of forced people to also look at my talent
I
because I
love that
was
though.
that way. And so I was publishing for a while, and then 2012 hit. I was invited to host a Women in Comics panel here in New York City in the Bronx,
Yes.
and met some wonderful women who worked in the industry. And we had a long talk after that panel because so many people were enamored with it because we were all women of color on the panel. And I had this wonderful chat with Aletha E. Martinez. She was on that panel.
Hey.
And it makes me misty every time I think about this because when we chatted, and she said to me, like, no one invites me to these things. Like, nobody invites me to panels. Nobody really want to see me like that. I just stay in my house and I draw. And I said, well,
Which is
that's really
crazy.
Yeah. That's,
I was like, are you what? And so I said, well, we got to do more stuff. So let's see what happens. So from there, we started doing local shows, doing local panel discussions,
Mhm.
and then we started doing art shows and exhibitions. And then one day someone asked me, like, do you teach classes on writing comics? I had never done it. I just said yes. Um,
So
so
we'll figure all that out
and
later.
right.
so started doing that. So we're doing panels, we're doing workshops, uh, doing art shows, and we realized like, oh, we have a little group here.
A little
We have a little group here.
something. A
So
little something.
organically,
Yes.
Wink Women in Comics Collective International was born.
Period.
It was very organic, primarily because there were so many women, specifically women of color, that were like, I need to be a part of this. Like, how can I be a part of this? You know, in whatever way. I'm like, listen, like if you're in New York, and then after a while became like, if you're in town, like come on, be in a panel. You know, we're doing an art show. Come and be in the art show.
That's
let's
so necessary. That
and
group
so
is so necessary.
blew up. It just kind of just blew up. Before you know it, like we're now a nonprofit. We're a 501(c)(3). It's still a struggle out here. We still on the struggle bus with this administration, okay? And so it's still tough and rough. We still dealing with a lot because of who we are, what we look like, our aesthetic, and all that. Everybody can't handle it, and we working through all that. But we got an Eisner because of it.
We got an Eisner, yes.
Right.
We got an Eisner for humanitarianism, for all that hard work and struggle.
Yes.
And then this year I'm an Eisner Judge, so that's my story.
Yes.
Ooh, so good. We love to hear that. Also, what you said about Aletha Martinez is crazy, because not only is she crazy
so
talented, but she is hilarious. Do you hear me?
Yes.
So funny. I had the pleasure of interviewing her and Stephanie Williams, and she had the Kiki strong. Do you hear me? So like, why would you not want her on a panel? That's nuts to me.
She's
oh my
awesome.
God.
Like she always like, I met her at the Black Comic Book Festival, and she has her little dog with her all the time, and so like she was just walking around with this dog, and she's just like dropping deep lore about like the randomest movies. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to watch all of these, because how did you pull that from this? Like, nah, but that's so amazing. Like, one, your story is absolutely fantastic, and it's something I dream of doing eventually. Like,
you will.
I will.
Literally, thank you. Say that, because the way you just told that story, it's like if Hold On to a Dream and Make It Real was a person, because you were doing all the other things you had to do, but it was always in the back of your mind, like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, that's beautiful.
To find your calling like that is fantastic.
Absolutely. And LT asked a question in the chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, he did. No, go ahead.
He said, what was it about seeing Brandon Routh in Superman Returns? The power of a superhero, the ability to do good in the world. Just curious.
Oh no, he looked like my character. One of my characters. He looked like one of my characters in my story. That's exactly what it is. I mean, I love Superman. I've always watched Superman. Me and my brother would watch Superman. You know, Batman 67, all that stuff. But just the way he looked like one of my characters, and I said, "Oh my God, that's exactly so and so." Oh my God! I'm like, and I just started crying. I'm like, "What am I doing with my life?" You know, it's like one of those moments. Like, what am I doing?
Listen, you needed that little nudge. Like, remember what you're supposed to be on.
Exactly.
I love that. That's why I love every time we have a guest on here and they talk about how they got their start in doing these amazing things they're doing in editing. I just be looking at Keisha like, girl. If this ain't a sign within a sign,
it is.
What you mean Regine Sawyer was happy and excited to come see us, and now she's sitting up here telling you, yeah, girl, hold on to your dream.
That's it. Don't let it go. Do not let it go. You gonna do it.
We gonna move this off of me real quick. We're gonna get but now, okay, I can't even figure out which question I want to start with. Okay, let's start with the Eisner, because that's what we last talked about. Like, you're an Eisner Judge. That's super dope. One, how did we get there? How do you feel about that? And what does it feel like in this day and age with everything that's going on in the world? How is that informing how you move with this?
Love that question.
I mean, well, the way it had happened was, I mean, you know, folks know my work.
Period.
Okay.
Say less.
Talk about it.
But I also let them know, like, hey, and this is because, and just to be clear, like, once you start like pushing yourself forward and, talking to whoever's in charge of various different things, or talking to assistants or whatever, people start to know who you are, and you start to know how things, work. And so I just asked, like, hey, I just emailed the woman that was in charge of it, not realizing she was in charge of it. Because she does something else for Comic-Con. And I just said, hey, if you need a judge, let me know. So she's like, well, guess what? I'm going to be doing this from now on, and I'll let you know. And then, then a few months, hey, Regine, we want you to be blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. It was as simple as that.
That's fantastic. And that means for everyone else, we need to just start asking for things.
Yeah.
The most they can say is
on this
no.
Delulu mission.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the worst they could do is say no, and you're right where you started.
Exactly. And then plus, there's other things that you can do. If they say no now, doesn't mean no forever. You can come back.
Yes.
Like
and they'll always remember that you took that initiative or had the gumption to even ask in the first place. So they'll realize how important it is to you.
Exactly. And then sometimes you got to remind people. I didn't have to do that with them, but sometimes I know as a women, especially Black women, sometimes you got to remind people who you is. And so you let people know, like, I was a Glyph Award judge for 4 years. I was on the Harvey nominations committee. Like, not like, okay. And I also do adjudication moderation for the Scholastic Awards for young artists and writers. So it's like, no, I'm
period.
That chick. Like,
resume.
No.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. But let them know. Sometimes. But this wasn't the case. This wasn't the case. She already knew. So it's like, all right, can I do this service? And since I am a service-minded person, my thought process around wanting to be an Eisner judge was the fact that we see these various different awards that come out, and we don't see a lot of variety. And but there's more to it than just folks being eliminated, like in terms of like melanated people, queer folks, and all of that. But the point is that when you see who's won, or even who's nominated, it's like, well, where's the color? Where's the Skittles? Where is like,
yes, I love that phrasing.
So I wanted to where the Skittles at? I want to be a part of the process. So I could not only like come back to my community and let y'all know, like, okay, this is the process. This is how you can be successful in submitting your work. This is what they're looking for.
Yes, infiltrate the system.
Yeah. And so when it was announced, I made sure to send just to share it. Like, okay, send your book. Send your book. This is the link. Because it came when it came out, when it was announced, that like submissions were open and stuff. Like, it was a real quick, blip, and it's like, okay, folks, this is submissions. Go through it, make sure that you are eligible to send your work in. So there are, there's certain guidelines, like you do have to make sure that your book is accessible. Like, people can go to a store, like they can go into a store and buy it, or they can go online and download it, but it has to be accessible so that when it's time for the nominations, nominations, people can see the nominations, like, oh, let me go buy that book, let me read it.
Yeah.
It gives people time to go purchase the book.
Yes.
And so that they can say, like, okay, I'm going to vote for this. So there's that. But I also was interested to seeing, how many of us are submitting, like, because also with what I just said, like, as people are following the guidelines, they might be, Xing themselves out. Like, okay, I don't think I can do this. Or they're reading it and not realizing, like, oh, actually, my book is in like 5 different stores. Yeah, so they'll send it to somebody, like, or if their book is on Amazon, it's like, okay, someone can get my book from Amazon or whatever. I just wanted to make sure that, at least how I was understanding the process, that my community would be able to understand the process and move forward and put their books in.
Did you see an uptick, like when you put out that, hey, I'm an Eisner Judge now, this is what you need to do? Did you see an uptick, or did you see more
did
people?
you get an onslaught of questions?
No, you know what? Honestly, no one asked me anything. And I was waiting. I was like, let me see if someone's like, hey, Regine, blah, blah. Like there was it was a bit of crickets. It was a bit of crickets.
I would have been asking a bunch of questions, because
no one asked me nothing. No one asked me anything. So I said, well, let's see what comes in because I mean, I'm right now, like, you can't see it. Like, I'm surrounded by comics. Like, I have stacks of comics.
Yeah.
Right. Here. You have to read all of them, right?
Yeah. It's meant. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
There's a lot. There's a lot of comics. There's comics up to my afro. Like, it's out of this world.
Yes. Wait, I love that. Just really
a lot of them are
one-liners,
PDFs and stuff. Yeah. Thankfully, a lot of them are PDFs and stuff. But I wish. I mean, I'm hopeful that folks will ask me questions even like after the process, because I don't want to hear no shit when nominations go out. Like, I thought, no, bitch, no, excuse me, I'm sorry.
You good.
Don't censor yourself. What I will say is, I feel like if it was me, I would want to ask you, but I would be concerned whether that was appropriate or not. Because if you're like doing it in an official capacity, like, what are you really allowed to say? Or
well, the thing is, if I'm telling you what's the policies, what's on the website, I mean, what I told you all is what's on the website.
Yeah.
So it's one thing. It's like, yo, girl, who sent them books in? You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's different, y'all. Don't be doing that.
Did you get so and so's book? Was it trash? You know, like it's one thing if folks are doing that. You know, it's one thing.
Yeah.
Oh, just to let you know, we might be taking that comics up to my afro.
That's definitely getting used.
That's why.
I'm saying you've been dropping one-liners that are like T-shirt worthy the whole night, low key. So just know we'll make sure you get one if we happen to use it.
Yeah.
All I need is one. That's all I need is a T-shirt. That's it. I'm serious.
Wait, so how are you keeping up with reading all of these comics? Like, what is that like? Because I know with my mood reading self, I'll be like, "Oh, this ain't it."
Right.
But I feel like you have to finish it right before you can. And I feel like it's probably a lot.
I'll say this with just judging experiences at all, as a whole, like as you're reading a book, you know whether it hits you or not. So. If you feel like once you get to like page 15, like this is a wrap, I can't go further than this, then that's what you do. That's what you do, and that's for any type of judging adjudication. Like, it's once you know, like, I can't get through this. Like, it's no. Like, and just to be clear, so far that hasn't been the case for me.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say, how bad does it have to be for you to be 15 pages in and you realize, like, oh no, because you can get like the gist and the feel of something, but 15 pages is saying if I can tell something's wrong within 15 pages, you got some errors, or you haven't done all of the work. To me,
lots of struggle.
Depending upon the book, sometimes it's 5 pages, sometimes it's 2. It really depends. Truly, like, and that's just my experience overall. It's like you open it, it's like, no, like absolutely, absolutely, and that can be because of one, the art's not hitting. You know, 2, in terms of the story as a whole, it's not grabbing you, or it's wonky, you know, or it's not well written. Or even, or sometimes there might be like little things that might throw you off, but you stay with it. Like, let's say the lettering throws you off, just the way that it's situated on the page. Maybe it's blocking things. Maybe the text is too small. Maybe it just looks unprofessional. Like, it's just those things. Are like that's as a whole is what affects the judging process. So I mean, so if I was talking to a person that is interested in judging, is like, it's if something is not if it's not grabbing you, and I want to be mindful about why I say when I say that, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's cultural. Someone just doesn't get it, and then you got to break down to somebody
Yeah.
why something is
Yeah.
culturally relevant, why it's important. So
Yeah.
we're not talking about that. We're talking
Yeah.
about a story not being engaging. We're talking about a story not
Yeah.
being original. So if it's losing you, then good night.
Hard agree. Hard agree. Like that's been a conversation in like the book space. I know people
Hmm.
feel some kinds of ways about it, but I'm like, within the first like some books, within the first few pages, some books it takes a few chapters, but whether or not that book is gonna be worth it. I
Yeah.
big believer. Just put the book down.
Absolutely,
go
I'm a big believer
go
in it too.
just
I'm a big believer in that. Absolutely.
all right. Um ooh, okay. This is personal question. Are we gonna get more eating vampires?
I gotta get
So
money.
Period. They got to
heard
pay me, boy.
heard.
like I gotta get money. The thing is that I like put Locking Down Productions on hiatus a while back, because I was like, I had a lot going on, just in my life. I had lost my
Mhm.
mother. I had lost one of my best friends who was a longtime comic book publisher. He was amazing, Robert Garrett,
Mhm.
who had
Sorry for your
Exmoor
loss.
Studios. It was just a lot of stuff that was happening all at once, and I just said, I gotta save myself right now.
Yeah.
And so, and I also was, and the funny thing is, when a lot of that, some of that was happening,
Mhm.
um, like, or right before, like, some of the major stuff was happening, I was a creator in residence at Kickstarter, so I was getting ready to like relaunch and all this stuff, and then life was like, womp womp. So
Yeah.
I've just been on that hiatus ever since. One thing I will say about eating vampires is that um that's my baby book. Like, that's the book that's like the youngest. Like, I look at them
Mhm.
like kids. Like, that's the
Oh.
youngest. And so,
Mhm.
like, I'm always thinking about her. I'm always thinking about her. So, and I always think about all my babies. That's what I call them, like I said. And so I'm always writing notes. I'm always writing notes about what I want to add to things and what have you. And I do have scripts written for Eating Vampires. It's just been about having the wherewithal, number one, to do a Kickstarter, because doing a Kickstarter is like a job, and I
It
wasn't sure
is.
if I had the energy, given everything
Yeah.
everything I just said, and and the way life is looking outside, looking mad crazy out here. Like, I still don't have that. I really truly don't have a lot of energy. Um, but comics is deeply deeply part of me. So the answer is definitely not no. It is yes.
Not
I
right
just
now.
just not sure. And yeah, I'm just not sure when. I'm because I am looking at the possibility of revamping in within maybe the next year or so.
Mm.
So we'll see what it do. We'll see what it do. So the babies are coming. Like, Eating Vampires is coming. Ice Witch is coming. Um, the Rippers is coming. It's just like, how is it coming? Like,
Yeah.
it's just all
You
of
gotta
that.
do what's best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that. But I'm hoping so. So I mean, listen. Yeah, exactly. Revamping. Exactly. Exactly. Like, revamping and seeing what it do. But they're coming back. It's just been hard. It's just been really hard.
Nah, I guess managing, creating, maintaining a comic imprint is hard. So like definitely take all the time. I just need y'all to understand like that was is such I loved it. I hunted down like after I read a digital copy, I hunted down a physical copy on eBay and I'm gonna show you. I don't know if I took a picture of it. You saw it, but on Threads. But like, I'm gonna send it to you again because I wanted to know if it was your signature on it. Because if it is, I'm just feeling even better about
Yeah, it is. I mean,
it.
I saw you a couple of weeks ago with it
Yeah.
on one of y'all episodes. That's definitely my signature. That's definitely
Yes.
my signature. Yeah.
Mm,
You got it authentic. You got it authentic.
mm, I love it. All right, I don't want to take up all the questions. You have any questions, Bree?
No, you're doing great. Listen,
All right.
I'm not going to stop you when you're on the roll, babes.
All right. Since you're an educator and you love comics and you've already talked about it a little bit, I have a friend who also is a educator writer, and he does these classes called Fix It Jesus, where he'll take like a show or something that he thinks is bad in his classes. They'll watch it or whatever, and he's like, all right, Fix It Jesus, how do we fix this show? So is there anything that you've read, watched, any kind of media where you were like, this needed a different spin on it, this needed to be better? Is there anything that you would do a Fix It Jesus on it, and what would it be?
My goodness, that's a great question. That's a great question.
Let her cook.
You know, it's funny because a lot of times when I'm watching, certain stuff, like I really do kind of like just take it at face value. Like, okay, this creator wants to do whatever it is that they were doing. But I feel like there was something that I saw recently, and I'm trying to make sure I didn't black it out or block it out. Because I was like, they should have done this, done a third. I'm trying to remember. It was a show or movie. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh my goodness. I may have to get back to you. I may have to get back to you. Like I said, literally, I may have blocked it out because I was like, I can't do this.
I do it all the time. My husband, like, he loves these terrible Tubi movies, and he has me sit through them. Look, some of them are alright, a lot of them are like, what the hell? And there's so many times where we'll end up just talking about how it needs to get fixed, what could have been better, what they shouldn't have done. Like, it just happens. So yeah, get back to me, because I love to have that conversation. And if not, I can send you some bad movies to watch. Okay.
What I did remember is not necessarily something like a specific show, but I know that when I watch stuff that it has like a female led show, and you can tell that a man wrote it.
Yes.
And so that alone, I like, in my mind, I go in, you could have done this, you could have done that, but you did the stereotypical shit. Like that. I do
1,000%.
tend to do a lot.
1,000%. Oh, I do the same thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got a show for you to watch. I personally don't think it's good.
She gonna make you watch a bad show, child.
Exactly. Okay. It's that Omarion show, the new one. Wild Rose. Yes.
That's literally all you had to say. Why would you do that?
Yes.
Doing what?
Okay, so
he was licking watermelon.
No. Hear me out. Y'all ready for the premise? He's a bouncer who is also an assassin. Mario? He's a bouncer who's also an assassin.
This on Tubi?
I think it's on BET. Where did I see it? Hold on. My
goodness.
Because I saw the first episode and it was so hilarious.
Who was he bouncing? Who is he killing? Stop it.
People? Hold on.
All he's bouncing is his chest.
It's called Wild Rose.
I mean, you see how I do it at the club, like right in the.
He shows.
I'm like, I showed you my ID. Get out of here.
He gets naked in the first episode, and you see
full frontal.
No, back. He shows back, like everything,
booty,
back, legs, all of that.
That's a cop out, but okay.
It is.
Don't do it.
Exactly. Come on now. Come on.
That is too funny.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. That's my fault. Blueberries. That's my fault. That's my fault.
Okay, where can you watch it? Okay, I'm gonna send it to you because I can't figure out where I watched it. I
Lord,
think it was on
not Keisha about to have us watching this terrible show.
and you will. And you will say
Sweet God.
okay.
Now I gotta
Okay.
give it at least one episode just so I can come back
Yes.
and talk my stuff.
It's not
But
good in the slightest, but you will watch it and you will say all the things I need to get fixed in that one. Okay.
a
But
mess.
no, shout out to Braver. She's right. The poster for the show looks amazing.
Okay.
Infinitely better than what you'll actually get.
Jeez.
Next.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I got 2 more questions and then
I'm
we'll
mad
get
that
on
Brave
New
Bird is
York.
supporting those shenanigans.
All right. I got 2 more questions before we go into the New York Nights because I do want to hear about that.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so historically, like the industry, comic industry has like a lot of ebbs and flows. Where do you see it currently?
We are jettisoning down the Colorado River, like we are hitting the rocks, child. We are hitting the rocks.
Yes.
You know, saying our prayers, hoping that there's not a waterfall. You know, like it's. It's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this industry. You know, not to say there isn't beauty, there isn't good things, but there's we're in a big flux, especially when it comes to like distribution, all that, and that doesn't just affect larger companies, that also affects indie companies, specifically with the stuff that happened with Diamond distributors. You know, folks are trying to get their legs back, figuring out who's sending my book someplace. You know, you're trying to figure it out. You know, because comic book readers haven't taken to digital as deeply as I think that the industry at one point was hoping that they would. At the same time, like print shouldn't be dead. You know, I'm a firm believer in physical books. That's why I have boxes of books here from the Eisner board. Like I like a physical book, but I have no problem with digital books. I have digital books as well. So there's a lot going on there. Companies are downsizing. you know, and I'm talking about the larger companies and the mid-range companies. They're downsizing. There are a couple of companies in bankruptcy. There are companies that they're purging their roster. There are some companies who are sort of kind of bringing people on. Like it's rough. As in terms of people who have like who are indie like you're self-publishing or whatever. It's a bonanza in the sense that there's so many independent books out there to be read and to be purchased and to be checked out, which is great to see. And I always love to see melanated folks, specifically Black folks, making books, and learning the process and learning the industry. I will say, folks definitely need to be industry competent. I would like to see more folks who are industry competent. There's a lot of stuff going on. You know, I see what's being talked about in these thread streets and shit. And the indies versus mainstream. I'm like, Lord, child, the kids don't know. Let me stop. Like, the kids don't know. It's an old ass conversation. This conversation is old as Methuselah, as my mother would say. Like, it ain't nothing new. You just gotta get in when you get in where you fits in, and figure it out, and maybe shut up and just publish a book. Like shut up,
Maybe
get off
shut
the
up and just publish a book. It's crazy.
And just shut up. So it's a little wild. It's definitely a little wild. It's a little rough for folks. So I mean, my concentration is, one is with, in terms of Wink and the wink community, the people that encompass that, who are the most marginalized in this world, and not only in this industry, that they're okay. And we not. Let's just say
Yes.
we not. We not. The world
Yeah.
is literally on fire. We're not okay. And so that's where my mind goes. Is like how are we doing? Is like it's a lot more personal calls as opposed to let's get in the Discord. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you good? You all right? And it's like, no. Like, no.
I hear that.
And so yeah, so when I see this other conversation, I'm like, y'all don't get it. Y'all really don't get it. A lot of stuff is going on out here, and we really got to pull it together and and work together. Maybe not necessarily in one accord, but let's just chill out and just publish some books.
All right. So
Yeah.
um
Was that too much?
so
I'm
just
sorry.
adding no, because it goes into my next question. So
Yeah.
say hypothetical, you've been appointed leader, queen, ruler, person in charge of changing the comic book industry, right? What would you do to change things, make it better, like starting from day one? What's the plan? What are we doing?
I love that she
Woo!
started it with the evil villain
I did.
little laugh.
I did.
If I was in charge, the way I would be pulling in women, queer folks of color, specifically gender nonconforming folks, into these companies to make some books. It'd be like, let's go. You want a job, and you get a job, and you get a job. That's what we would be doing. First and foremost. We also would be, it would be a huge restructure going on. We would go back to the way the industry was originally crafted by Will Eisner, where folks have a salary. You are a salaried
Yes.
person as a writer, as an artist, as a letterer, as an inker. Like, there's no fighting with people for my check. We doing net 90, net 30, net 60. None of that foolishness.
Yeah.
While folks are like, when's the next book coming out? I'm like, when I get my check. Like, we
Actually,
like,
Yes.
it would be
Make sure people get
structuring
paid.
everything to be more equitable. And there's definitely a way to do that presently. Folks just do not want to do it. So we talking about everybody get benefits, everybody get bennies, everybody get benefits.
Yes.
And salaries will be good. Salaries will be good. It won't be just like, okay, here's your $20 an hour. No, because currently, folks make less, essentially make less than the national minimum wage. When you're dealing with the page rates and you're dealing with all of that. So so there's that. Folks would be allowed to unionize because it's illegal for freelancers to unionize in this country. So it would be a whole revamp. It'd be a whole revamp. Everything would be upended. It was like, nope.
Yes.
It'd be the worst nightmare for a lot of people. It's like equity for all. So that's what I would do.
Because we all need livable wages.
Yeah.
Listen.
Nobody should be struggling.
Yeah, we've been hearing these horror stories about people waiting 6 to 9 months just to get paid for things.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's regular. That's regular.
How are you supposed to live in the in between time? That's crazy.
You're supposed to be happy that you're drawing Batman and you drawing Superman and you drawing Storm. You're supposed to be happy. That's what's supposed to pay. I'm not. Listen.
I'm not happy.
Listen, that's part of it. It's like be happy for the accolades, be happy that someone knows your name and all that stuff. And it's like, I need to eat. I can't eat the paper from the comic. I mean, if you ever see, sometimes you go on eBay, you see all these artists doing it. They signing their own books, selling them on eBay because they need them and their family, or them as a single person like I am. We need to eat.
Yeah. That's fair.
Hey.
Totally fair. All right, we got to get into this rumbling question that everyone wants to know. So,
Really?
everyone wants to know. We had a whole conversation about what New York nice is. And I have no dog in this fight because I'm on the West Coast.
Okay.
All I can go by is what I've experienced. But it's only fair to let a fellow New Yorker, East Coast person weigh in on this as well. What does that mean to you?
First of all, New Yorkers are not nice. We are kind. So nice is not in the vocabulary.
Did nice I not say that?
We're kind. We're not nice.
Yeah.
Nice is, oh hey, how you doing? You good? Keep it huffing. Kind is when you see someone fall out in the street, you're like, yo, you good? You maybe you help them up. You help them up and you keep it huffing. And you're like, don't fall next time. Like that's what it is. Don't fall next time. Watch a step. That's what it is. It's about action as opposed to being performative. New Yorkers are not performative.
There's no time
we are
to
action oriented. It's like, okay, we see what needs to be done, and then we keep it huffing. We're not looking for accolades. That's probably why I am the way I am. Okay, I understand now. All right, like it's not you're not like accolades are cute, but it's like that. I gotta get to where I'm going. I gotta okay, all right, you welcome whatever. You step over them and you keep it huffing.
Exactly.
They good, they all right.
Over them is crazy. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, that's fair. I hear what you're saying. Y'all are hilarious.
I've never met a New Yorker that you couldn't ask for help and you not get it. It's just you gonna hear something.
Yeah. You might get a little attitude because you stop them in their tracks. Like, yo, I gotta get to work. Go to the bathroom.
Like, this fool
needs to know how to get to H&M. And you're like, yo, you go down the block, you go around. Okay, you good, and you keep, you just keep it going. Yeah. I gotta go. I got something to do,
and just not take it personally, right? It's just
we do it to each other because we do it to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just folks who just come to visit. We do it to each other. Like it's just the way. But we make sure you're good. We're not performative. We are action oriented.
Okay, that's a take. And I love y'all, and never change. But just talk to me nice, because I can't take it. Okay, I can't take it. The shade. Okay, that's all right. I still love y'all. It's fine. Let's see. What is it? Y'all are too funny in the chat. Okay, LT says us Southern folks like the hospitality aspect of an encounter. We just built different.
That takes so long.
That's probably what's wrong with me because I'm a West Coast girly, but I lived in Texas and in Atlanta for too long, so I just
that takes a really long time.
My father was from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Born and raised out there. So I say yes, sir, yes, ma'am. But I was raised here. So it's like, yeah, we definitely don't do. We're all built differently. Doesn't mean that we're not beautiful. It just means that this is us, and that's you. And I say that honestly, truly, like when I go places, I just keep it chill. I sometimes I mask my accent because I want to hear no bullshit. Like
you get a lot of questions after because once it comes out.
Yeah, or someone says something dumb like New Yorkers are rude. I'm like, bitch, you rude. Excuse me. And I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get back home. I gotta get back on a plane. Let me stop. Let me pull it back. That's happened though. That's happened. But it absolutely, Lawrence, it's cultural. It's absolutely cultural.
It is.
So we just respect people's culture, and so I respect people's culture, and it's nice when people respect New York's culture, which sometimes does not happen.
That's fair. Yeah, and you're gonna find out if you don't. Yeah.
That part.
That part.
I love that. It definitely does boil down to that. And I love that, we may roast each other about our things, but for the most part, we kind of just like, you do what you're going to do and I'll do what I'm going to do. And it's fine. It's totally fine. But yes, oh my gosh. Okay. Love you down. This has been such a key. I hope you know that
Yes.
you are literally welcome in the Lair whenever you
Anytime.
so please.
Oh my
And
God, I
I
love
just
it.
know that we better have you sliding into our DMs whenever you do decide to come out of hiatus because we want the Pink Riot exclusive. You hear me?
You'll know first.
Absolutely.
I will
Okay.
say that
Here.
right now, and you can take me at my
Yes.
word. Because there might be some things that may be happening, so y'all will know first.
You guys heard what she said. You heard what she said. Okay, we gotta hear from you. Now is the time where we want to hear your shameless plugs. So, what are you doing? What's coming down the pipe? Where can people find you? Where can people buy your works? Where can people support you? All of the things that you want to plug right now, you do so freely, please.
Okay, so if folks want to check out my work, you can follow me at on Instagram at Lock It Down Official. I'm also on Blue Sky at Lock It Down. My website is sorely in need of an update, so sorry y'all, but you can go there if you want to. It's www.lockitdown.com. Also, if you're interested in learning more about Wink, about women in comics, if you're interested in membership, because membership, people don't realize it's open to folks who are interested in supporting melanated people who work in the industry and multimedia. So we take podcasters too. So yeah, absolutely. It's not just for it's not just for writers and editors and all of that. This is for multimedia individuals. We are all family. Period. So that's Women in Comics Collective.
I'm definitely already on it.
Women in Comics Collective.org. So what's going on this year? There's some things that's happening this year. I just have to solidify those things. But Wink is definitely having events. We'll probably be at San Diego Comic-Con, so we'll have events there. If folks want to come through, we'll probably have panel discussions. We'll see. We'll see. I have to apply for those. Probably will be at New York Comic-Con. Not sure what we're doing there, but we'll be doing something there as well. For me, I'm trying. Do I have anything coming out this year? Anything that's being published? Because I do write stuff for other people, y'all. I forgot to say that I do write for other people when they have me. When they have me.
There's no shortage of those.
Right?
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. But who knows? Who knows? I might pop up in something. But that's what's going on here. Oh, and I will be sharing the nominations when they do come out for the Eisners. And folks, if you are a comic book professional, it does not matter if you're independent, mainstream, or what have you. You are eligible. Yeah, you didn't know that? You didn't know that?
Just came in.
I'm the founder. I'm the founder.
For those listening, M. Shaddad.
Yeah, M. Shaddad just came in.
I love you, M. Shaddad. Yes, I'm the founder. Oh my gosh. I love this. But yes, please, if you're in the industry, there's a little bit you have to fill out, not too much, and you'll be allowed to vote. So please do that. Please vote. And I'm gonna try to do y'all proud. I'm doing my best out here. I will fight for my life for some of these books that I'm coming across. So I'm gonna do it. But if I can't do it, don't yell at me when the nominations come out. But I'm gonna do my best.
We would never. We know you're out here getting it done.
This is fantastic.
Thank you so much for coming through and gracing us with your time and your presence and your beauty, period.
Yes.
And we definitely will be hollering at you to come back. And We'll be waiting on that DM for the Pink Riot exclusive, but literally you could pull up and kiki with us anytime. You're such a vibe. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Oh, I love y'all. Thank you.
And
Thank you
we're
so
definitely about to make that Comics Up to My Afro t-shirt. I'm sorry. That's
I
genius.
can't wait to see it. I can't wait to
That's
see it.
genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
Making that tomorrow.
Yes, love it. Oh, so good. And we're going to make sure that you get one too.
Yeah.
But thank you again so much for coming, and we'll see you next time, boo.
See you next time, y'all. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Right. Oh. That was super dope.
Why is she such a vibe? Love her down.
Because she's from New York.
Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah. I did.
Y'all, I love it. Keisha said, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did.
And I'm going to stand beside it. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, y'all. The night is young, and we still have a dope guest waiting in the wings. Because, you know, who is this? Who are we? Who is Pink Riot double dipping like this? Back to back. Back to back. You feel me? So, and he's just been waiting patiently while we over here cackling.
He has definitely sent the chat like, "Hey, look, who bring you on
just in case you didn't know, I'm here. Like I'm on time, niggas."
You guys see it? Did you get the email? I was like, oh.
Y'all know we don't have no home training, and we really just do be vibing and having a great time with our guests. So it's like we're doing our best. Okay, we're doing our best.
We are.
But so we're not gonna keep him waiting any longer. Coming to the stage, we have Captain Diesel himself. Welcome.
Y'all are hilarious. Hey, I got this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have no chill. But how are you?
How are you?
What are you doing?
I am great. I've just been chilling. I was catching up on some reading while I was waiting. I'm like, y'all do your thing. Is give me a second to sit down and like catch up on some stuff I was behind on. I'm great. Long day. We off work tomorrow, so we get to sleep in. So I'm great. I'm great.
I know that's right. Dope. Period. For context, y'all, though, for anybody who's new in the space, we definitely send out our beautifully crafted email that Keisha made to any of our guests so that they know what's going to be happening. And we're like, please arrive 5 to 10 minutes early. And we over here just while he's so,
He's just showing in the back.
I normally try to show up the stuff. I'm Southern and raised military, so I'm used to being places a little early. If I'm not early, I'm late type of situation.
Period. We love to see it. Yes, we just, sometimes the vibes just won't let you let go on time. We're doing better, but it be's like that sometimes. We appreciate you and your patience, and we're so grateful that you decided to come through. Like, y'all, so we field like a lot of random DMs and emails from people who are like interested in being on the show. And please understand that we vet everybody before we have them on, because we want to make sure that any book or story or person that we're promoting or helping promote is something that we genuinely believe in or genuinely enjoyed and would feel comfortable and confident with any of our Riot fam spending their money on. So when we have somebody like Captain Diesel himself reach out, share his book, and you literally see the art and you go, say less. Like
Reaper was so good.
Like, what are we talking about?
Enjoy the shit out of
good.
it.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the link while you answer our inaugural Lair question. We gotta come up with some better name for it, but we'd love to hear from you. What was your comic book origin story? Like, what got you into reading comics and what got you into creating comics?
So as far as reading, there are two different things that got me into the field. One of which was a video game called Ultimate Alliance back in the day. That I played on Xbox 360. It was a game that Marvel put out that was essentially an Avengers tale that brought you characters from all of Marvel. From you went on this journey of like Doom taking over Asgard and the world, whatever it may be. It was a bunch of stuff going on, but you essentially get to see and play with characters from all across Marvel, from all different worlds. And I had to watch different movies like the Raimi Spider-Man stuff or whatever it may be, but there's a lot of characters and things I wasn't aware of until I played that game. And the game has like encyclopedias and different things like that to tell you about the characters and side missions and things like that. So I got like locked in seeing all that dope art, all those dope characters. Mm-hmm. The second thing would be the Justice League animated series for the DC side of things. I'd always been a big Batman because, again, I grew up as a kid like watching the Batman movies, the Spider-Man movies, but like watching that show and playing that game really got me into like the different nitty-gritty parts of these universes and seeing there's a lot more in regards to representation, in regards to depth of story, all that different stuff. So that got me into the initial wanting to check out characters and read the stories.
Period.
See, you like Justice League animated. You're a man of culture, and I appreciate that deeply. Because that's why Reaper was so great. You have taste, good sir. I definitely.
I try.
It's giving good taste. Period.
It is.
Okay, so what got you into creating comics? And the link that I was accessing is not working. So if you want to drop the link in the chat.
Yeah, it's just the website or a copy of the book itself. What link was it? I forgot what I sent you.
Wherever people can purchase the book or find the book. Yeah.
I got you.
Everybody in the chat to be able to go check it out right now.
Gotcha. I'll get that over to you now. But in regards to the story of what got me into it, I have been reading for a long time, and I came across a buddy of mine, Ethan Murphy, because at the time I was doing work with a Facebook page called Nerds with Melanin a couple years ago. And at that point, they did a thing where they would interview different creators, whatever it may be. And Ethan, we were interviewing him about some books that he made. And I would do like background work for them, kind of just like helping with some graphics, show planning, whatever it may be, run a producer role. And me and Ethan just kind of got to talking and got closer in regards to just talking about stories, storytelling, shows, anime, manga, whatever it may be. And for years, we went around that and eventually started our own podcast. Well, I kind of grabbed him in so we have like the idea of two different generational perspectives on nerd stuff and comics, whatever it may be, which is then and now, which we're still doing now, but we added on our boy Otis to that. And we've been doing that for like the last 5-6 years. But in doing that podcast, I just would talk to him over and over and over again. And so eventually he kind of like shouldered me and nudged me into like, hey, you should probably write your own. You talk about these books all the time. You read so much, you need to go ahead and write your own. Because everybody always has the idea of like what they would do differently in a story or a book or whatever it may be from watching it or consuming it. So I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and get into it. And I started it. And unfortunately, around that time, my grandfather got sick and kind of passed away from brain cancer at that point in time. So I kind of like shelved the story for a couple of years as I was kind of getting through that. And then 2 years ago, after kind of getting over his passing a little bit, Ethan was like, hey, bro, that script though, where that shit at? I was like, oh, damn, I forgot about that. He's like, well, go ahead, dig that out and finish that for me. So I finished it up, sent it to him. I think I finished the whole 24-page script in like 3 days. Sent him the first draft. He gave me some notes because at that point, I had only ever written like regular novel stuff, like from school or and then tried to play around with writing screenplays. So I wasn't sure like what the format of a comic book script looked like. So he gave me all the mentoring as far as that goes. I looked up some stuff online from different people, and that's how the first issue of Reaper was kind of done. And I kind of had to go around the process of finding my artist, my colorist, letterer, all that good stuff, and just the different cover artists and stuff in that nature.
Period.
Dude, yeah, that's amazing, man. That is a dream. For us to eventually do that. I can't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep saying it because when we saw the email and I opened it, y'all need to go get Reaper. In fact, I'm quite disappointed in so many people because you recently had the Kickstarter for issue 2, and unfortunately, it didn't fund. Right.
That was a me thing though. That was my
Nah,
first
nah, nah,
ever
nah, 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 nah,
Kickstarter.
nah, 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 nah. We gonna blame everybody else because that it, I mean, like, granted, yes, there's a lot that goes into Kickstarters, like a
Right, right,
lot,
right.
but like it should have been funded because the comic is so good, absolutely phenomenal. And so, like, yeah, we need that. But speaking of that, like, to go, I guess, to go into deeper, what were your thoughts when it didn't fund? And if you do decide to do another crowdfunding campaign, like, what do you think you would do differently to
Mm.
make sure we get to fund something this phenomenal?
So I ain't gonna keep it a buck with you. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
tripping too much, just in the aspect of I had been doing YouTube for like 2 years at that point. So the whole idea of like failing at something, like you put out a lot of videos that just don't do well. The ones that you think, oh, this is going here, da da da,
True.
and you just learn to just all right, pick up what we did good there, add it to how we can make things better, and then keep it pushing. So when that didn't fund, I kind of just reflected on what I did wrong with the Kickstarter as a whole. First and foremost, I didn't have like a preset campaign where you can notify people and kind of promote it before it actually goes live. Only did like one video marketing for real. I didn't really have a good idea of like what to offer in tiers. Didn't really even have a good like idea of how to market it as a whole. Because like my pitch for the book, I put together last minute because I was trying to figure out just again how to get people to want to look at your story, look at your book, especially if it's an IP that nobody's ever seen before. You just have to do things to garner people's attention and kind of give. It's almost like that idea of if somebody says, "Hey, would you want to try pizza or this new pizza place?" You have an idea of what pizza tastes like, so you're a little bit more willing to do it because you have a general basis of what it tastes like. If I asked you to taste some random food from some random culture you never had before, you're probably a little bit more reluctant to try it because you don't have anything to kind of base it off of. So I kind of took that same approach with the Kickstarter going forward of like, okay, how can I relate my story to stuff that people are either familiar with or concept that people like to read, whatever it may be. So I'm not tripping. Plus, I had already started funding the second issue. Like the Kickstarters were such that really helped get it moved along faster and it helped me recoup some funds and pay it off. But this is a passion project at the end of the day, so I was going to pay for it out of my own pocket regardless. So it's still in the way. It's in the colored phase now, phase 2.
Oh,
Okay,
that's super
period.
dope. I love
Come
that.
on, can't stop, won't stop. We
But
said we're doing
like,
this regardless.
I think this is just another reason where I'm like, we need to have more community who can like have those conversations about how to get things successfully funded, you know, and so that everybody has like a strong foundation to work off of. Because the things you're bringing up, a lot of comic book writers, especially Black comic book writers, are bringing up, you know, when they're like, all right, how do I get this paid for? But I'm really happy that you're like, nah, I'm gonna put it out anyway. Like,
Yeah. And I'm blessed now. I understand that since then till now, my platform has grown a lot more and I've networked with a lot more people that are either in the indie space themselves or other comic book creators. So I feel like I have a good like either friend base or just audience base now where if I promote it correctly, it should do well. And I have so many different examples of people who've done it well that I can add, like Midnight Comics, my boy Lloyd and Tashi. They just I'm so happy for them. They just finished their 10K one, which is a really like lofty, ambitious thing to do, and they really got that done. And I'm proud of them for doing that. And those have been like I've been picking their brains. That okay, how do you prepare a Kickstarter? What do you guys normally do? Blah 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 blah. Because they've done it a couple times at this point. So I'm in a good spot now. I'm pretty confident going forward that if I'm reasonable and very transparent with what I'm trying to do with it, I'll get future Kickstarters funded fully. I'm not really worried about it too much.
yes, that is super dope. And shout out to Midnight Comics as well. They are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so
100%.
happy that they like took that chance on that 10K and they did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's super dope.
Yes,
All
get that
right. Right. They still have a few more days to go for that Kickstarter, right?
Yes, I think like 2 or 3 more. I think it's about to be done.
Yeah.
So I'm ready when I get mine. I'm pulling up on them like, all right, what is signature at? I need to get this signed ASAP.
Right.
Yes, run and go cop that. Definitely. We were literally just having this conversation about like wanting to be supportive of other Kickstarters and like being more transparent within the community about what that process looks like and what is a better starting point in like in terms of preparation and how you even present your Kickstarter to potential backers that might take you the extra mile or whatever with your Kickstarter. So I love that you have this like, oh, I'm just letting it roll off and it's not going to stop the show. We're still making it a thing. So you mentioned that it's in process right now. Can you tell us more about what that looks like?
So as of now, so we're completely done with the inking and in aligning phase, and it's in coloring now. So all the pages are done, essentially. All of them are done. I think me and my artist went back and like tweaked a few things that we thought would be cool that we added in that would make more sense for the story going forward. And now it's just my colorist Carlos is going through and he is doing his damn thing with the coloring. So we're, I think, 5 pages in color now. And it is it's 26 pages. I think this one is like 2 or 3 pages longer than issue 1. Because issue 2 is going to get a little bit more into some of the lore and introduce a couple important characters and set up for the second half. Because I'm at the end of writing issue 3 now, and I'm planning on telling the story in 5 issue arcs. That's just something I picked up from reading and talking to certain creators that I admire and how they do it. I think 5 issue arcs is just the best way to go about it efficiently. And it's also just to make sure I'm not overstaying my welcome as a writer and over bloating the story just because. So the second half, issues 3, 4, and 5 is going to be high octane towards the end of it. And I'm really excited for issue 6 before I start the next arc because my favorite character in the story is getting introduced at that point.
Ooh.
Oh, that's yeah.
Love somebody with a vision, a plan, and a vision. Okay.
Yeah.
No games, and you're cranking them out too. And is the colorist for issue 2 the same one from issue 1? Because y'all, that art.
Yes.
Before you even flip a page, you know, we did like a quick scroll, and I was like, Keisha was like, "Girl, did you see this?" I was
my big philosophy with a lot of stuff is just trying to, especially again, I grew up reading comics here and there, but I never knew too much about like the behind the scenes or I knew certain artists like Alex Ross, like the major artists that everybody talked about, I knew of. But within the last 2-3 years, me doing comic content and learning more and more about the artists out there, I saw that a big thing in a great comic book series is the synergy between an artist and his creative team. So that was a big thing for me in making sure that I got artists and colorists who are cool with consistently working with me, and then also are cool with just giving me like, if you have an idea for this that could be something that goes in there, you have a vision that I may not have. And I'm blessed to have people that have worked with professionals, like my main artist Julia. She's done work with Marvel, with Dark Horse, like, so she's very much so like professional, and I'll ask her what does she think about this or that or the third, and she'll do stuff that I never thought about on the page. So I'm happy for that. So yeah, as long as I can have it, I'm gonna have the same team through the entire run of Reaper.
Period.
That's super dope. And for everyone listening, because I know we kind of like just jumped in, but if you ever just pitch Reaper to everybody, because right now I'm terrible at synopsis, but what I can say is I loved the comic so much. Hold on, let me go ahead, tell everybody, and let me see if I can.
I think I've gotten enough practice now getting it down. So essentially, just from a narrative and thematic standpoint, Reaper is essentially all about the idea of inherited responsibility, first and foremost. Of everybody has that family business or auntie or even generational curse in a sense that gets passed down to you. It's about how do you handle that responsibility or that thing that was put upon you? Do you try to run away from it and do your own thing in life, or do you just embrace it as part of your life and make it your own? So it's that idea of that inherited responsibility, as well as just the idea of gods and what they are and how they interact with the rest of the worlds they either create or are a part of, and things of that nature. So Reaper in itself is more of an action horror story that is featuring a character in James Wright, who is in this world a Reaper. Reapers are, if you've watched Bleach, if you've seen like Ghost Whisperer, it's a similar idea of they are these half human beings or part human beings, part Nephilim, which if you're familiar with any kind of Judeo-Christianity, their Nephilim are, Reapers themselves are Nephilim. They're part angel, part human beings. And their responsibility is to shepherd spirits into the other side, whether it be heaven or hell. they're not really sure. But he is inherited a responsibility, but it's something that you train at and you do from the time you're born into the time you're in the grave. James wants something different for his life. He wants to have a regular life, and it's not something that he asked for. So he kind of runs away from that initial responsibility of it once he gets old enough to. And we kind of see the repercussions of that possibly in the first issue and what that kind of means for life for him going forward and the life of his family.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's a powerful ass comic. Like I had to pull it up on my phone. You probably can't see it too well. I'm not working with my usual setup, but like the art is dope. The story is fantastic. Like the exposition that you brought in with the family and like their dynamic and everything, dude, on fucking point. But it's to be like this is your first comic, right?
Yes, my first one.
So
That's
excited
crazy.
to see what you do. Like
That's crazy.
So excited to see what you do. Cause like this was great, dude.
I appreciate it. I always it's weird. So if I look like dead in the face, I promise it's more so just like the reality hitting me. I feel like I should have gotten it by now with the YouTube channel where when people tell me they enjoy something I do, it feels a little surreal. Because it's something that you dream about all the time growing up, that to make your own thing. So when people actually enjoy something you did, it's amazing. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it.
Oh, definitely.
I'm trying to pull it up over here so we can actually show some sneak peeks.
Matter of fact, I can share my screen if you want. I got it pulled up over here to the side.
Okay, I'm just not as fast at this as Keisha is, y'all. Forgive me.
You're all good.
Okay.
Yeah, like these splash pages are so good. This is.
I don't know how to allow you to. Okay, there you go. Go for it.
Yeah. I'll just like scroll through random pages. We'll get to this page you were showing earlier. Where's that? It's the double splash right here.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me go to my favorite page. My favorite page is page 19. When I got this back, I wanted to. I got a little watery eyed. I'm not gonna lie.
Aww.
Seeing your idea come to page is kind of crazy.
It's
just nuts, absolutely nuts.
Right? I'm so excited for issue 2. This is gonna be dope. I'm assuming you're gonna put out like a trade paperback at the end of it and all of that.
Yes, I think it took me a minute to figure out the formula, but now what I think I'm going to do is every 5 issues, I'm going to put out a trade until it's over with. And I think I plan to do 30 issues altogether, probably, maybe 35, depending on where I'm at with it. And then I already have a 5-issue spinoff planned. And I only planned that out just because I wanted to do more like because I'm a big horror fan. I love horror movies. Horror is a genre for me. So I have like a horror spinoff planned after that's going to go into maybe like 5 more issues of finishing things out as of now with that. But yeah, after issue 5 is done, I'll have a trade that will drop for all 5 to be in there.
Wait, no pressure, but if you feel so led to do it for the hardcover hose,
Oh yeah. Look, I'm a hard covered person myself. I gotta have them. If anything, that's just for the collection of them.
Real quick.
I'm a hardcover person as well. Yes.
Yes, it's just a matter of me finding the right people for it. The printer, so Echelon Graphic Novels, the company I'm a partial owner of now, we have a printer that we go to and use, but they don't do hardcover inherently. So it's just a matter of finding a company where we can get them done, and then get ordered a couple of them, or find out how many we need to order, send them off ourselves. That whole price. So it's a little bit of an extra step versus like the print on demand stuff we can do with our printer. But it's happening. If anything else, I'm at a point now where like half the stuff I give to y'all, I only make because I want one for myself. Like I want to collect my own stuff.
And that's how you're supposed to write.
Everyone. Or if you have to wait for the hardcover, then we'll take trade paperbacks, and then when you got all 35 issues, you got to put them in one big old omnibusy.
Yes.
Oh yeah. It's getting made.
That would
It's
go
getting made.
crazy. That would go crazy.
Yes.
NBA Live Girl says, that's dope. Who did the art?
So the interior sequential art was Julia Galazzi. She is an artist that, so quick story in me finding all my artists. It took me 16 hours in total, and I counted because I was at work when I was doing them, allegedly.
Because I was at work. Period.
Allegedly. So I legit just like went to Instagram, went to Twitter, and typed in comic book artists, and just went through art that I thought was cool, people's pages, and some people will respond back to me. I took some big shots of like hitting up some people that have been on like major Marvel or DC stuff or Image stuff. They were usually booked up, busy, or just like way more expensive than I could handle. And Julie, I found because she did work on a book for Kevin Smith, I believe, and she also did a Marvel. What was it? It was like Marvel Women's. It was one of those books that Marvel throws out there to satiate people that want diversity with them. So they're like, oh, fine, y'all complain about women. We'll give you
talk
women,
your shit.
Say that. We'll throw some shit in there. We'll get that to y'all.
He said the quiet part out loud, guys. We immediately love you.
Oh yeah. We DC and Marvel. We can have that conversation later because there's an initiative that I'm a part of that we'll talk about it a little bit. But but yeah, she did. I saw the book and the art she did for that, and it looked amazing. And I saw some other art that she did that was more so. Some artists will do like bigger name characters like a Daredevil, Batman, because they know people like those characters, and it does well on social media. They'll like do their own version of pages or covers or whatever it may be, just to get their names out there more. So she was really talented, and she's like official. She went to like an Italian school for art for comic books specifically, so she's well trained. She loved the medium. So like when I reached out to her, she ain't cheap. I will give you that. She's not cheap, and that's I love her to death for it because I guess exactly. As far as that goes, but in paying a little extra dollar for her, she is extremely professional. She even taught me certain stuff about how to write a script in a way that's more conducive to a artist to make it easier for her and other artists in the future. So if I ever write for, another potentially Image or whatever, maybe if I pitch something to somebody else, now I kind of know how to manage that world and whatnot. And she's fast, like legit. She works like a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. I'm getting a page Monday through Friday, damn near. And then she takes the weekends to breathe. And even with issue 2, I asked her like, hey, how do you feel about this? And she was like, you know what? Because when she realized that I was giving her like leeway to give her opinions on the story, and it wasn't just like she was just doing contract work, that she was involved in this as a team, then she was like, she redid like 3 or 4 pages for me for free because she wanted to add in this, that, or the third, or different ideas for characters, designs, and stuff. So yeah, me and her, we locked in like this now. We locked in.
That's what's up.
Yes, we love to see it. Period. Hold on. Where is it?
We're up there. M. Shadash said, love to see it. 5. Okay. Got it. Right, you pay for quality. Absolutely do. Like,
yeah. Because you have those creators who purposely look for countries with lower the conversion, the currency is a little bit lower so they can get work for cheap for the most part. And that just rubs me the wrong way. If that's what those artists like rates are, cool
thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say no names. I don't want no smoke, but yeah, it's a thing. So I made it a point to working with her because she's in Sicily, I believe. But she's worked for Marvel DC, so she didn't tax me in the way that she would tax a corporation. So she gave me a little bit of grace because I was indie. And it was my first project because I gave her the whole like life-hearted spiel about what I was trying to do and what my goals were, whatever it may be. And she gave me a little bit of a discount. But hey, for me, again, like you said, you pay for what you get. You pay for what you get.
That's what's up, though.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's good that you have that rapport and that she's like giving in to like she has the freedom to like enhance the story because you guys are working collaboratively. We've been learning a lot about what that's like from an author's perspective, working with artists and how some people are more rigid than others and whatever. So when we hear about these like harmonious collaborations, that stuff comes across in the book when it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, sure. They definitely were in sync on this.
It's literally just the whole idea of I'm an amateur. This is somebody who's worked for big indie, not big indie, but like the big 2 and Dark Horse. If she was deemed good enough as a talent for these big publishers to pay her money to put her name on their stuff, I should probably listen to what she has to say for my first project.
Period.
Love that. Hold on. M Shy says, hold on. Can I see that? Yep. Love to see it. 5 issues is a hella decent run. I mean, shoot, you about to do 30. So like do you have
He
like
said
a
35.
vague 35, right? Like do you have an outline for all of it already? Like
Mhm.
is dude, I love
When I
that.
first made it, I sat down and did an entire outline because initially it was going to be 50. Because I saw it was again me being fresh. I saw a video from Todd McFarlane talking about how he believed if you want a comic to have long-term staying power, it needs to get to 50 issues. And I lived by that until I got into writing some stuff, and I was like, okay, am I dragging this out to get to 50 issues, or can this be told in this amount of time? So I was like, yeah, I can chop off some fat here and get to, I think 35 is a good happy medium for what I want to go for.
And you know what? I appreciate that because not every artist knows when to edit.
Yeah.
And that means that the pacing is going to be good. We're not going to get a whole lot of filler episodes. And that's much appreciated.
Yeah, it's better to refine for the value of the story instead of like sticking to some random number that someone else dictated to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Shout out to Inside Dash who just ordered issue 1.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
One time for the one time. Y'all run and go cop that if you haven't already. Y'all seen what the art is hitting for. Like, don't play.
Right? Oh wait.
I'm excited.
I didn't see that.
And he's a man with a plan. What?
Oh, speaking of art. Oh, hey BJ. That's BJ Kicks. Comics Are Dope is in the house.
Oh, it's good, BJ. Funny enough, he's part of the initiative thing I talked about. We'll get into it later.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna get into that. But that is my headboard for my bed.
Matter of fact, if y'all want, while I'm here, I can show y'all some of the cover art for issue 2 that I already have done.
Yeah, go off.
Yes.
I posted it already, I think, but I have to. So the first issue I did 4. These are like the 4 variant covers that I did. Well, this is the A cover. Janoy Lindsay, the current artist for the Absolute Green Lantern stuff, I took a whim and DM'd him, and he did a cover for me for the book.
That's fine.
And these are 2 more artists that this is Dong Hee Kim. So he's been doing, I think he did a variant cover for the Battle Beast stuff. And I'm blanking. I cannot pronounce my boy Dimitri's last name for this book. But literally, I just saw dope art and I'm in me reading comics and I say, I wonder if I DM'd them if they would do a cover for me. And usually most artists are cool with like throwing them some bread and I'll do a cover art for you. Some cover art.
Period.
But these are, so I did 4 that time, but I was like, okay, I'm doing too much. Let me downsize and just do 3 each issue. But these are the 3 that I'm doing for issue 2.
You got it, Bray.
And shout out to Brayburn for also ordering issue 1.
So this is the A cover. A guy by the name of Genrico Montecorsi, he is part of Todd McFarlane's production team. And I saw he did a lot of covers for the Gunslinger Spawn stuff. He either liked a post I put out about Reaper issue 1 or like followed me to some extent because I saw a blue check mark and I'm like, who is this? And I was like, dude, his art is amazing. And I took a little chance like, hey, brother, would you want to do a painted cover for me? Because I've always been a big fan of like the Todd McFarlane art style for like Spawn and things of that nature, that real sharp look. And he did it perfectly. So he painted, this is a fully painted cover that he did for me. This is the A cover.
Wow.
That's so good.
Yeah, it came out perfect. And then this is more of an anime themed cover. Yeah. If you guys are into Death Note at all, it's kind of what this kind of stems from. I love Death Note, so at least the first half of it. So I got anime style. My goal for variant covers is to always have very different styles of covers. So for people that may not be a fan of a particular type of thing, you get something else more so than trying to find like a rare variant. It's just like, what do people enjoy?
Very smart.
The last one I'm honestly loving is, this is a recommendation from Midnight Comics. Benjamin Dondon was somebody that they've used before for stuff. And I asked them, because a big thing that I was really wanting is to find a black artist. Because initially I wanted the whole book to be nothing but black people worked on the entire thing. And then I was having trouble finding the black artists at that point until I found the people I found, which I'm blessed to find who I found for it. But I really wanted a black artist to do it, wanted the cover arts going forward. So they recommended me somebody, and buddy, he killed it. He even added certain things to the, like in his art that I just ended up adding into the story itself from a design perspective that I didn't even think to do.
Oh, good.
These are 3 for this one. And then while I'm at it, issue 6.
Hey.
Issue 6. I got the cover art for issue 6 here. At least one of the day cover.
Wait. So we already have fire.
He said, I'm not playing with y'all.
Yeah.
I'm not playing with y'all. That is
the story is there.
Yeah.
I love
this
that.
This is Riot. She is literally going to be my favorite character to write for. Ooh. And she's getting introduced in issue 6.
Listen, give us a female lead, okay?
Right.
Okay. That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say.
I love this.
But nah, I got covers for. I'm just show y'all. I'll just go through them real quick. Is it issue 5? No, I don't have 5 done yet. I think maybe 4.
And can I say how organized you are? This is
right. Listen,
this all comes from YouTube. Is doing videos and putting stuff together.
Color.
That's crazy.
This is my guy Eisner Messius. Eater, I think he did work for the Black Panther 60th anniversary cover. Okay. Not the cover, but nice. for the interiors. And he and my boy Ethan, the founder of Echelon, I guess Ethan kind of discovered him, essentially, because he worked with him when he was really up and coming, and they've been working together for a minute. So because they were already tight, he was like, "Hey, your family, like if you know Ethan, you family, so I'll throw you a discount on a cover." And
I love that.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to make this the first foil cover. I want to make this a foil cover because it's just
that would work. Yeah.
Ooh.
It'd be extra, but I'm real extra stuff. Again, I'm just doing everything that I want to do. That I would want in a comic. But that's all the covers we got so far. I was like, might as well go through them all.
Mine as well. Y'all seen it here first. It's a Pink Riot exclusive. Yeah. And listen, people in the chat are saying, so cool. Star eyes. Looks interesting. Ooh. Yeah.
Right.
Listen.
That's okay. So I got a question, because now we gonna get into the campaign that you're a part of, but we're gonna do a slow on ramp to that. How do you balance writing for comics, running now a comic book imprint and doing comic creation? Because you have a very successful YouTube channel, IG, you're everywhere. So how are we balancing all of this?
Balance.
All right.
Nah, so it's a learning experience. A lot of this has been me trying to just. I had a bad habit of all right, I'll minimize something and then maximize something else. So I'm finishing up grad school here in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
just breeze past that, why don't you?
Right.
That's crazy.
It's really just so I can fund my comics. I ain't gonna hold you. Anything I do professionally is to fund my nerd habits. So I'm like, you know what? We'll do this while I was there. But in getting that off the plate, I kind of had to sit back and get good with my time management, because I'm horrible at it. I don't multitask very well. So I have to compartmentalize everything. And it just took me a minute to kind of get things together and figure out what it is that I'm going to do and actually build a team. And I think that I have enough of amazing people around me where I've been able to manage it. And I think I have a decent schedule now where I'm like, okay, I can get 2 videos, 2 streams out. I can work on the stuff with the company, because it's not just me. It's me, an amazing team of people, Ethan, my boy Otis, and then my lovely sister, well, unofficial sister, Olivia, with the branding maven. She does amazing stuff for graphic design, and she works with us very closely with stuff. Having everybody like that around me, having a little bit of a village, makes things a lot easier than what it may seem.
Love that.
Yes. And
congratulations on the graduation.
Appreciate it.
What are we getting our masters in?
Higher education administration.
Period.
Yes.
Yeah.
You better do it.
I'm ready to just get the degree so I can be done with it. I was done. After undergrad, I was done.
I know that's right. Brayburn says, finishing grad school while doing all these comics / YouTube things is wild.
No sleep. That's the best way I can go about it.
And seriously, congrats. Class, comic,
Right.
stream, another comic, no sleep. Period. LT says, gone college VP Diesel.
Right? Is that the goal? What's the goal with it? How are we funding our comics?
So I am I don't know. At this point, if y'all have seen my content, I'll talk about it enough. I'm a community director for 3 residence houses here at Morehouse campus.
Hey, come through Morehouse.
So, and getting this is more so to go with this job. I think I like housing. I like the idea of working with young men, young students in general, kind of helping them, shepherding them in the right direction for certain stuff, especially with my RAs. So as far as future stuff, I would like to stay in housing. Maybe playing around with the idea of going to like student conduct or something like that at some point, but I think housing is kind of where my calling is. And I've never been the type to, I mean, granted, if I could get a little bit of a bigger paycheck, cool, but I've never been the type to chase all the money. Like if I get enough money to where I can live comfortably and also indulge in my nerd stuff, I'm cool.
Yes.
I'm chilling. I don't need too much.
Yes.
So we'll see where time takes us. And Morehouse is an amazing university, and most of the people that I work with have been here for like 10 plus years. So if they've been here for this long, it's got to be something about the school where the school takes care of you if you treat it right.
Yeah.
That's
period.
I love that. All right, now going into content creation. For everyone who doesn't know, if you haven't heard, what you should have heard, if you love comics and you follow just about anybody in comics right now, especially like J Penumbra, BJ Kicks, Blur Without Fear, everybody's been talking about this Room Full of Blurs. Like, what is this campaign for those who don't know, and how are you involved in it?
Yeah, the DC So White campaign is a campaign. Again, this is all stemming from our boy J Penumbra. Shout out to J Penumbra. He is a very big advocate of representation, like all of us in comics, and he essentially took the time to collect a bunch of the creators that he either respected or he just genuinely enjoyed and gathered what we are now, I guess, dubbing the Council, the Black Comic Council. We didn't make the name. Somebody else said it, and it's just like, all right, it sticks to school. It's J Penumbra, myself, Ernie Blur Without Fear, my homegirl, Dr. Kaori Knight, BJ Kicks, and Wednesday Pool. We are the Black Comic Council. And it's all just stemmed from the idea that we all grew up major fans of DC Comics, and we're major fans of a lot of the characters that get underutilized and underrepresented, whether it be Vixen, Black Lightning, hell, all the Milestone universe, Mr. Terrific, the list goes on. And we just realized, like everybody else realizes, hey, every February, they'll give us a little Black History Month book. They'll give us a little mini 5-issue run of the Power Company, or they'll give us a 5-issue run of Black Lightning. And what really kicked it off was J Penumbra realizing, hey, it's been over 1,000 days since we've gotten a ongoing mainline DC book where a Black character is a lead. So people point at Absolute Green Lantern. That is a different side universe. It is not part of the main continuity. And there's a lot of issues in regards to how DC and Marvel promote books, because they don't really promote them, especially when they're Black-owned books. They don't let them get the trade, because for most people, they usually, if you're not a super big comic head, usually you wait until a trade comes out to collect the book if you're not like super invested in the creative team. So the fact that you don't allow books to get to trade, you don't push books heavy, you don't even use your social media. Like that was a big thing that we noticed with the Dakota Incident book that came out recently. If you look at DC's social media, the entire time that book was coming out and they were doing a press run for it, DC didn't make a single post about it. Until
they
after
did
the second
once. They did one January 31st, and it got buried under like 2 or 3 posts after that. They really didn't do anything at all. Yeah.
The one video ad that came out was one that Joseph Illich and the team had to pay for themselves to get made. They did that themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We saw, and that was revolutionary in seeing how successful that book was because we united around each other. They put in the work to promote that book really well. Those are the GOATs. Like we're gonna talk about. I love Stephanie Williams. I got an interview with her in the 20th, but she is like my favorite writer right now in comic books, and she's amazing. So her, Nick Draper Ivy, Morgan Hampton, Joseph Illich, make sure I'm not forgetting anybody else on that writing team. If I'm blanking, y'all forgive me. They put in the work for that. So with the DC So White campaign to try to get more new history of DC Dakota incidents, get more stories featuring Black characters that get underrepresented, and get their just due. Like push the books, market the books well, let it get the trade. And yeah, are we accept the members of the council? I don't know. So we talked about bringing new people, but we are also being very weary of not bringing in, as Ernie says, any sick Negroes. So there is a very strenuous vetting process that I am not 100% sure what the criteria for that looks like. As far as I understand, we're willing to bring in more people into the council, but I think we're going to take our time first. Again, that's not just my decision. BJB, you're going to have to ask JP and Ernie what that looks like, or even Kaori, because the people we have, we are the chill ones. He got the crash outs are probably Ernie and my girl Kaori. They the crash outs. They don't go for nothing. You're not going to play in that case.
All right, so my thing, and please know, like, this is not me coming for nothing, because I agree with Jay 1,000%. Like, we've had this conversation behind the scenes, all of that. I guess my question is, we know that mainstream is operating the way it does, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've always been talking about how things need to get better. Now, I am of the belief that they're in a symbiotic relationship with one another. You can't have mainstream without indie, but something needs to change in mainstream. What happens? Okay, we're shining the light on them, saying DC is so white. What happens when we get to like day 1500, day 1600, day 2000? What happens next with that campaign? You feel me? Are we just saying DC so white? Like, how do we transform, or how do we change the community to help them take action?
At that point, it's advocating for people to be more selective with their buying power and their dollar. I'll say, not buying power. That's the bad word to use. I know already off top, me, Ernie, K, we've already talked about like what books we dropped out of our pull list each week from DC and pre-order stuff. Like at this point, Ernie should have said it. If it ain't involving a Negro on the cover, a Negro on the creative team, he ain't worried about buying it. He'll maybe check it out like through digitally, but he's not putting pre-order money towards helping that book be successful if it's not involving Black people. We haven't talked too much about it, but I think one thing we mentioned is maybe the idea of a boycott at some point, if it gets to that point. If we get to like 2,000 days in, we just not buying DC, period. We just going to lean where we're going to lean into other avenues. But that's just me talking off of like brief conversations we've had. We've kind of we're still working on figuring out how we are going to package the council as a whole. Because for the most part, the campaign has been a hashtag. It's been a movement. It hasn't really been a structured organizational thing. Now we're moving towards making it a structured organizational thing. We're going to start actively speaking out at different places like conventions, panels, things of that nature, as a unit, as a collective, more so than just a campaign.
I like that. That's smart.
And I like that you guys are moving with intention instead of just being like, oh, this is what we're doing, and not really having a plan for it to be executed efficiently. So
even in the campaign itself, if you go to the DC So White website, we have like our guidelines of what we're asking for very clearly stated out, because I don't want people to feel to believe that when we're asking DC for that stuff that we're just asking for 1 million Black people books. Like, just give us all the Black. We're asking for one. We're asking for like 1 to 3. We're asking for you to push that book in the same way that you push other books. We're asking for it to get the trade, and we're just asking for equal representation as a whole. So we only asking for the 1.
And isn't it also to protect them from being canceled after a certain amount of time? Because that's a lot of that's what they do typically. They only
Yeah.
give you the limited series, or when they do say ongoing, they'll cancel it like out of the blue. So like,
So what they usually do, and this is also kind of a knowledge thing that I want people to know about if you weren't aware of it. You just walking into a comic shop at random and picking a book off the shelf and buying it does not directly help the sales of a book series continuing on. Because what happens is these shops already buy these books up front. They buy a supply from Marvel, DC, trying to estimate how much interest their customer base would have in buying that book. So pre-orders are what really helps books continue on, is what's probably the most vital thing in a book continuing on. Because when you pre-order the book, the shops are saying, all right, we have this amount pre-order, we're going to order this much. And DC can say, okay, cool. There's a lot of numbers, a lot of pre-order requests for this particular book. It seems like they're going to like this book, so we can go ahead and like prepare for wanting this run to continue on. And I think the perfect example of that is the Absolute Universe right now. When the Absolute Universe began, it was all these books were supposed to be limited series runs. They were limited. The word of mouth picked up and people started pre-ordering and buying more and more and more and having these shops request to get more books shipped out. And that led to this thing. Now we issue like 18 to 20 between like Absolute Batman all the way down. And that's something that you can recreate, but it requires DC to market these books in the same way they market these other books. They had posters up everywhere in a lot of different shops. They were posting different. They had a whole video. I remember their video commercial they put on their YouTube channel. That was like a motion comic type of situation they had out. So in regards to DC, so like we're just asking for I think for personally, my dream book is a Vixen book that's written by Stephanie Williams. Like I don't know, like Jamal Campbell, or that's just me being in the world.
Immediately, yes. Take my money.
I think that would do numbers. And if we get a book like that, hey, just push this book. Like, you have social media platforms with millions upon millions of followers and subscribers. One post, at bare minimum, 1-2 posts once a month, whatever, letting people know, hey, this book exists. It's a thing. Because what happens, they don't market it at all, and then people maybe discover the book later on after it's canceled and be like, oh, when's the next one coming out? It's not. Because nobody pre-ordered the book when it was around, and DC didn't let people know that it was even a thing for the longest time. I think that was a similar thing that happened with, I think, the Mr. Terrific solo run that came out recently, the Mr. Terrific Year One, where it came out, people enjoyed it, and it's so sort of well, but the timing of when it came out was kind of weird about it. So it got to trade, but it was a whole thing.
And what's crazy is for them to post and promote on their own profile costs nothing. It costs them nothing. And even if it boils down to like creating the content or whatever, it's like, hi, hello. There are people who are very much willing to scream about this book on the internet. Like, there's ways that they could go about it that literally wouldn't cost them a thing. And them just intentionally opting not to and trying to act like it's not intentional is where the issue is.
That's the big issue.
I know y'all said that y'all are in the process of organizing and stuff like that to, get more people in the industry on this. Because you're right, like, whatever happens after this has to include everybody in all facets of the industry in order for it to work. So, like, I guess, I know you said y'all don't really have a plan right now, but, like, who are y'all trying to talk to specifically, like, in DC?
That information, I don't know if I can give away, because
got you.
There may be certain contractual stuff revolved around it. Some of the people I've met before, some of the people are more so connections that like Ernie, JP, BJ, and all of them have that they can speak to. And I don't want to make the block hot for them as well. So I will say names of who've been like who've discussed, but know that there are artists, there are writers, there are people that are in the higher ups areas of DC that let us know, like, they have seen the campaign, things are planned. We'll see. Even Scott Snyder came out publicly and said, oh yeah, we had, for the DC Next Level stuff, we had stuff that was cooking. This wasn't ready to be talked about quite yet. So we'll only know until they make things publicly known, but it's a matter of time. So we made the demands, we've asked for it. because the thing about this campaign as well, we're not trying to be inherently antagonistic against DC because we want them to do better. We want best for them. We want these products. We want to be able to be comfortable in giving you our money. So we're doing our due diligence now. We made our demand set. We made it very apparent what the issues are. And we're going to wait until I think the end of the year to see what their solicitations look like to see, hey, we gave you like 6 months to a year. If you ain't planned out nothing yet, if you haven't brought anybody on board yet, all right, now we got to have deeper conversations because at this point, you just don't care because we know you've seen the stuff. We know you know it's an issue.
All right, period.
That's
all right.
fair.
My last question with this. DC So White works. They bring in black writers. Who do you want to write? What character do you want to write for DC?
Me? Oh, man.
They said back it up. So who you writing for? What's the...
And who is your dream artist for that?
Oh, damn. I'm thinking about it. Let me think about this. Hold on. So off top, I have my favorite comic book character of all time as a whole is Jon Stewart. That's my guy. I love Jon. But I feel like in writing a Jon story, I would need to write like multiple, like right now, and because I came ready for the portion I talked about in regards to recommendations. Right now, I've been reading the Green Lantern Corps that Morgan Hampton has been doing a lot of stuff with.
I love it.
And it's amazing. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I could write a full like Green Lantern like thing because it'd be like a combination of like Jon, Sojourner, whatever it may be. So I won't say him just because I would like to get somebody who's a little bit more underrepresented and somebody that I would have to do research for as well. I'm not super familiar with. So I would probably say Luke Fox or one of the Fox sons. From the Batman stuff, just because they don't get a lot of attention, they don't get a lot of burn. I'm not as super familiar with them, so I would have fun getting to go back and read. It wouldn't be an extensive read because they don't give them a lot of love, but going back to read everything that came before and just doing that research, I want to be able to say I put in the work for that character and learn that character even if I'm not familiar with them to write a good story there. And also, I don't want to have to live up to any prior expectation of her because me trying to live up to how amazing Morgan's writing Jon right now or how good the War Journal was, I'll just read that. I'll read that. And at some point, if I feel like I'm confident enough in my abilities to write that, I will. But I think starting with a rather unknown, underrepresented character is probably be like a good place for me if I'm being 100% realistic.
Okay, who's the dream artist on that?
Dream artist. I love Buddy, and I reached out to him potentially about doing a cover for Reaper at some point. And Dick Draper Ivy right now is between him or Jamal Campbell because I just finished reading Far Sector as well. Those are like my two favorite interior artists right now as far as that goes that I've really enjoyed seeing. So it could probably be one of those two.
Yo, Jamal Campbell's one of my favorite artists. Have you read his Zatanna run?
I have a pre-order. I have it in this. I don't think it's out quite yet. Is it out?
Yeah.
I went on a shop and they said it was not yet.
There's another one coming. That's what you're thinking of, but the previous one is already collected.
Yeah,
it's in my pull list, so I'm gonna pick it up. It's one I'm picking up.
Yeah, Far Sector is my holy grail. So
Far Sector is everything.
Period. That's probably what's wrong with me now.
Hey,
can't jump in with Far Sector and then be comparing literally everything to it. Oh yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with you. You do right. You got good taste.
That's crazy. Excellent choices. I would love to see that. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. So, and then we'll let you do your shameless plugs. But real quick, I seen that. I seen an article talking about how the Milestone Initiative was discontinued to a certain extent because the funding was gone, because the backer who was initially funding like all of the things that made it move in terms of like transportation and meals and hiring all these people to fund it, and basically saying like, oh, if the funding were replaced then it would continue. What are your thoughts on that?
So there are two perspectives I have on it. One of which being I'm not sure how truthful that is, because if I've learned anything from doing my research in comics or just in entertainment as a whole, there's usually a lot of different underlying causes for why things happen, and then there's what you tell the public for PR
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, the second part of me is like, wouldn't it be in the best interest of DC, even if it's not the milestone initiative in itself, having some kind of initiative where you can develop that next crop of writers and artists, especially
Right.
with some that are maybe domestic? Because I feel like there's plenty that are amazing that we get work on stuff international, like Mowewe Adeyele with the Storm stuff.
Yes.
He's great. I don't even think from when I interviewed him, I don't think he's even touched foot in the States yet. He's still in Africa. So in my mind, and again, if I remember correctly, Morgan Hampton was a derivative of the initial milestone initiative. Like he came from that. So you getting somebody who is that great of a writer that's written one of your part of writing one of your more successful books recently, The Dakota Incident, and also doing a Green Lantern run that people love, that in itself should be an example of how important and how needed an initiative like that is. So why would you not throw a little bit of extra bread that way? Because at the end of the day, it's going to help you in the long run with growing your own crop of great writers that would service you in the long run. At least in my mind, it makes sense. But again, I'm not a corporation, so I don't really know how the business. In my mind, you're a $1 million corporation. You could throw some money aside, or even get grants probably for like for something of this nature. So when you're
that was my
educating kids.
Even if they didn't run it back in the same exact capacity, there should still be something like it. And there's no reason why it can't be funded from within DC. Or like you said, for, in terms of like grants and whatever, if you're framing it from an educational opportunity standpoint, I'm sure there's a lot of other ways that they could get it funded if that was their interest. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you can get sponsors from maybe like Scholastic or some kind of, you can get sponsors from somewhere. If you use framing this as a way where we're going to educate these young people to write comic books in a professional manner, and then maybe potentially even get them scholarships for college, or even get them potentially opportunities to write for us in the long run, hire them on, why would you not do that?
Yeah.
Capitalism. It's the only reason. Only reason.
Well,
you said it.
Note.
Period. Like, well, with that being said, no, we're so grateful to have had the opportunity to chop it up with you. You're officially family in the Riot Lair. We'd love to have you come through whenever you have the time, especially when 2 is officially dropping and whatever. We love to have you back so we can kiki about that. But we want to have you do your shameless plug, where people can find you, where people can support you with their money, where people should tell them about all of your social media endeavors, all of that. Just shameless plug yourself.
Yeah. Well, first off, I'm making it a point. I'm making like a list of people. I'm going to send you guys probably an earlier copy of issue 2 when I get it done, before I drop it out. So I'll get with y'all to get like mailing information at some point if y'all want a physical copy. But as far as plug stuff, first and foremost, the YouTube channel, Captain Diesel's Dojo. It's where all this stuff kind of stemmed from, and me practicing writing or whatever you just create as a whole. That's my YouTube channel. I cover everything nerdy under the sun, from comics, movies, video games, whatever it may be. I've been really comic heavy the last couple of months, and I think I'm gonna be comic heavy till the end of the year more than likely. But that's where you'll see a lot of content from me there. Social media, pretty much everything's at Cap Diesel 24, pretty much for the most part. And other things I'm a part of being the In and Out podcast, which is the one I mentioned earlier with myself, Ethan Murphy, the founder of Echelon Graphic Novels, and my boy Otis East, who's one of the co-owners of Blurred, the company. We're all there. We've been doing that podcast since I was in college, so that's like 6-7 years now. We've been going strong. And if you guys are big video game aficionados and like video games, you really want to fight for, in the same sense with comics, but in the video game sense of customers being first and foremost representation, things of that nature. The Players Alliance is another organization that I'm a part of I think we just got back from PAX East in Boston this past weekend, where we just, again, fight against all the corporate greed with microtransactions, things of that nature, the big EA deal that's going on right now, the leverage buyout stuff. That's something, if you guys want to be a part of that, you guys can check out what they have to offer as well. And then obviously y'all know Blurred. That's where I'm pretty well connected with Terrell and Otis and Mumford and all them. They're like family at this point as well. But that's pretty much everything I'm involved in that I can remember. And then again, DC So White campaign. If you guys would go to the dcsowhite.com website just to get more information on everything we're talking about and how to get involved. Just if you see something that you feel like represents it, hashtag it, and we'll probably see it.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Real quick, if I may,
Yeah.
even beyond me, this is more so about promoting some indie stuff or some stuff that I think people need to know about and hear about. There are two indie books that I recently did videos on that I really loved. One being Scion by Mark Brandy with Crimson Sleeper Studios. This book hit me in the heart. As somebody that was in college around the time of George Floyd, this is going to hit you hard. And then Keisha Demon Eater is another one that kind of fits my same vein.
Yes. Have you read
Studios
Crescent City Monsters?
I haven't yet. I need to order that one.
Nah, you gotta.
This one.
You gotta get it. You actually gotta get the full arc. It's so good. He put his foot in that one.
I'm making sure I got the color version of this one too. I need them in color. And then y'all already know how I get down by Stephanie Williams. I'm played by Stephanie. So if y'all have not read any of Roots of Madness, read Roots of Madness. I got all 6 issues here, and I got to catch up. I think I've read 2 issues. I got to read the other 3, but they've been sitting in my pull box back here somewhere.
Yes.
We don't play about Stephanie.
Yeah, we love Stephanie.
But that's it though. That's everything I got. I promise.
That's super dope.
We love to see it. Thank you so much for coming through. Again, you're a vibe. You're welcome here whenever. We'll pull up to one of your shows too if you just really wanted to have us.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Don't get it twisted. It's gonna happen.
Period. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming through. We'll definitely look forward to having you back to chat about issue 2. You guys make sure you run and go cop issue 1 so we can all scream about it on the internet together and build up some hype for issue 2. And make sure that you go check out the initiatives that he discussed so you can make a decision for yourself and put your money where your mouth is and put your actions behind that as well. Thank y'all for coming through and celebrating this story with us, and we can't wait to have you back, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Later, everyone.
I definitely found more. All right, how many variants are there?
11.
Damn. Go ahead. No.